That's
Christians
what you
these
need to
days,
do.
God will
You don't
provide.
exactly
God will provide.
because sometimes I feel she doesn't want, let her just get out now. Waiting concern me.
Yeah. When I was actively jumping from one to another, I wasn't this knowledgeable in relationship.
I did
I'm
also
so
read the
proud
book
of
as well.
myself. If you're not aware of yourself
Mm.
or confident in yourself enough, you really get into things you're not meant to
Meant
get
to,
into
yeah.
this year. What's the progress with our mommy and our daddy? What's the progress? Hi guys, my name is Chidera, and this is where you say your name.
I'm sorry. You not said that. You said and this is sounds like and this is a TCO podcast.
No. I'm like, my name is Chidera, and this
Okay,
is.
sorry. And this
You already
is
know now.
Chioma.
I was just joking.
But
We're not
yeah.
there yet. We're not there yet. Hi guys, TCO is back. TCO is back.
It's back.
I know you guys have been wondering, where has TCO been? What's going on? But like, we are welcome back to another podcast episode. I missed you guys so much. Like, I've actually missed doing this. I actually like doing this. I actually like speaking to my mic, talking to you guys, knowing that somewhere out there people are actually listening to me talk. It makes me happy. So we're back with another episode, which is a special episode because it's our end of the year episode.
Yes.
And if you know TCO very well, you know we're going to have an end of the year episode. We're going to review how the year was like for us, pick up the lessons
This
we've
year was
learned,
one kind, child.
and move on. So before we get into this episode, I want to start with saying a big thank you to all my TCO podcast listeners. The Spotify rap came in and I was smiling from cheek to cheek, literally. I was so happy. Like, I know obviously when you have a podcast, people listen to you, but at some point I felt like, what if Chidera? You're just talking to yourself. But like, seeing those numbers really warmed my heart. It made me know that I am not just talking to myself, and I was so happy.
How do you even think you're talking to yourself?
I don't know, like,
sure
sometimes you just feel like, what if you're just talking to yourself?
No. I'm sure people with that numbers, people are listening. At least someone like me, yes, I was listening. Especially the episode with the u.com. Yeah, I liked it so much. That was my best episode.
Watching me a lot. But like, yes, I'm so happy and I am so grateful. As you can see, it's the end of the episode, so it's a really special episode, and I have a very, very special person with me. Yes, so my guests, please, who are you? And what are you doing here?
Okay, I'm Chioma and I'm here to, I guess, join her in her last episode to talk about a few things.
Yeah.
How the year has been and how everything is going. I guess maybe we'll chip in a bit of how her podcast was, but we'll see as we go.
Yeah, she really doesn't know what she's here, but she'll get to know what she's doing here. You guys, we have Chioma, my sister from another mother, my friend, and everything more on this episode.
Yeah.
How has Chioma not been on my podcast? Because I feel like when I am thinking, who will I bring? Distance. We're doing long distance relationship.
We're doing long distance, honestly speaking. But
you guys, Chioma is on my podcast and she's one of many things. She's a beautiful girl, first off.
Wow. Okay, very fun.
I think she's a pharmacist by day, baker by night, and then a beauty queen always. Yes, so Chioma runs, and you guys, I'm an ambassador. Even if like I've not done so much in this life, I am an ambassador, and I am the brand ambassador to Miss Delight, which is Chioma's.
She actually is, to be honest.
Which is Chioma's business. So my friend here runs a beautiful baking business. She bakes everything sweet, cakes, everything sweet. Literally, you guys should check out Miss Delight.
Please make sure
it's where you guys should be. It's a really, really lovely enterprise. So that's what she's doing. And I'm an ambassador and a fan as well. So yeah, I thought of having an end of the episode. It's just a TCO thing to do to review the year, and which better way to have the episode and to bring my sister here. Not that I wouldn't have brought any other person here, but I just felt like I feel like me and Chioma are in the same phase in life. You know, when you're like, people have different seasons. I have different friends. I have a lot of friends, but it just feels like I and Chioma were in the same headspace, and I love the fact that I'm not the one going through, like, I'm not mad alone. At least I can relate.
Trust me.
So, Chioma 2024, how has it been for you?
Okay, I think 2024, I have to introduce TP first because TP did me shaky this year, honestly speaking.
It's a segment in everyone's story in this year, 2024.
Yeah, it was something else this year, to be very honest. But I think a bit. It was a bit of a year of saving for me, kind
Okay.
of,
A year of
because
saving. I love that. I love that.
because I did.
Okay, when you mean saving, like financial saving, or
Yes,
like
like
saving
financial
your soul.
saving.
Okay,
Saving your soul.
okay, financial savings.
No
Okay.
financial saving, but I mean, yes, saving my soul too,
Yeah.
because I did save my soul. I don't know. I
Yeah.
was going through a lot this year, like my headspace, like trying to
Yeah.
like build my relationship with God, which I thank God. If not for her, you guys, honestly
I'm
speaking,
an
I don't
angel.
even think
You
I'll be
tell
where I
me.
am right now.
Okay,
So
I try. I try.
that, then financially, I mean, it's not that great for everybody. It's not great for me because
Yeah,
of my
because of
business,
everything.
but I won't say it was that bad for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, just building my relationship. And 2024, I had to let go of like a few things. I had to let go of some
Like
people.
habits. Okay, habits
Yeah,
people.
habits, people that I genuinely thought I wouldn't lose this year, but I
Lost.
guess I had to like find my standing and know where I
Yeah.
am. And also, just so many things I'm just really grateful for, in as much
Yeah.
as the country is hard.
Is
So 2024 was it
yeah.
was okay.
You know, I really want to know how you saved this year. I feel like my savings saved me this year. Like, how exactly were you able to save, especially because we are from Nigeria and,
Hmm.
and everybody knows what is going on in this country.
Yeah.
So, how are you able to have that going for you?
I think it's just, first of all, I'm blessed with a very wonderful family.
Okay.
I thank God.
So, you're not really
And
an adult here, basically.
I'm not really an adult
You're an
yet.
adult, but like
Yes,
your
I'm
family.
adult, but at the same time too,
Yeah.
at least my family is really supportive.
Yeah.
So I think that really helped. And I'm very strict on myself.
Yeah.
Yes, I spend money on myself, no problem. I will
Problem.
spend money. But
But
I'm
you're
very strict,
cautious.
exactly, very cautious as to get, especially if I have a business. So I
Yeah.
have to very meticulous with how I'm doing things. I can't just
Do
up
it
and do anyhow,
anyhow.
exactly. So I guess that's just it. And I like to like draw out what is like a necessity, what is
Yeah.
and what is a
Yes, yes,
want,
yes.
basically, that kind of thing. And yeah,
That's really
so
inspiring to hear. You guys should really learn. So basically 2024 was a year of saving for you both financially and
yes,
saving your
and
soul.
saving my soul,
Because you
definitely.
letting go of a lot of people is saving your soul. Because that's
Yes,
one
I
thing
had
I've
to.
learned from this year.
I had to.
I feel like for me 2024 was a good year. I can't even lie. For me, it
Wow.
was a good year. In terms of, I know like we having tipping all those things happening, but I
Mm.
was chilling honestly in the year 2024. I feel like there's one particular part of my life that really suffered. I mean, my relationship with God
Mm.
going great, friendship going
Good.
great.
Friendship is underrated,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, in these times.
Mm.
But there's a part in my life that really suffered, and I'm still yet to understand why it
And what part
really
is that?
suffered. But like, it really, really did suffer. We'll get into it. Calm down. We'll get into it. Calm down.
Okay.
So like, basically, I just do believe that lessons. I really love evaluating my year. I did
Mm.
a video the same time last year where I was like, oh, things 2023 taught me. There's just something about picking up lessons you learn from a year that
Yes.
just sets the tone for
So
the
for
next
next
year.
year, it's
So you
very
know, like
important.
you're not caught off guard when
Mm.
the next year comes. Like you know how you're basically using those experience to get better. So it's really
Yeah, for the
something for
next
me.
year.
So one part of my life that really suffered this year was my life romantically. Like I have no idea what God was doing this year.
Mm.
But like I think there's like maybe 2025 I'll go back. You know when maybe it's a movie
Yeah.
and I'm currently in season one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when I enter season two, I'll be able to understand what happened in season one. 'Cause right now, I
But right
don't
now
know.
today, you don't know
I don't really
what
know what
happened.
happened. But like I feel this year was a good year for me, genuinely speaking. I grew in some sense. I read a book this year, guys. I finished
Even me,
Choma.
I also read
I
the book as
finished
well.
a book. You guys, I read like do you know what it means? Like I didn't read half page. One, I finished a book
Yes,
this
I
year.
read
I'm
the
so
book. Thank God. I did
I'm
also
so
read the
proud
book
of
as well.
myself. I'm so proud of myself.
Mm.
So I feel like self, personal growth I did, that relationship with God, and the
Mm.
other ways I could do in my career. Saving, I don't think I saved as much this year. To be very honest.
Oh
But
God.
I'm just happy that at least God was providing,
For
something
you,
was
yeah,
happening, but
something was happening.
no, not necessarily. I was speaking about my sad romantic life.
Hey,
How's your area? How's it
Jesus.
going
Please
for
let
you?
me if you talk about that life, because that life, I think personally, I just want to like let it be as it's going to be. I don't want to like
Yeah.
focus on, because last year and beginning of this year I was kind of like putting a lot of focus on it. Like, oh, I need to be in a relationship, I need to, but no, I'm
And
just
Chioma, I
like,
feel like there was something this year. Now I know this episode
mm,
is like, oh, me and Chioma were girls, but I
mm.
know guys too can relate to this. There was literally something in the air this year.
No, there was,
Single
there
people will never
actually
forget 2024.
like if you go on oh, let me not say Twitter, X, sorry, go on
Yeah.
X and you just see
Some people
like,
call it Twitter.
you
You know, if you're
just
privileged enough, you
mm,
call it Twitter.
you just see
It's a
new
thing of
things.
class.
Like it's almost like I have in my class right now, or in my previous class, something like that. I have like 5 people are getting married now, like just
Yeah.
in this December. They brought out a new invitation list just this morning.
It
I
choke.
was like, wow,
It choke like
okay,
mad.
okay.
And genuinely speaking, I was listening to someone the other day, and the
Mm,
person tells me that if you are not aware of what you like your life, if you're not aware of yourself
mm.
or confident in yourself enough, you really get into things you're not meant to get
Mental,
into
yeah,
this year.
it's actually
Because
true.
I know like this whole relationship thing, generally speaking, is really available for a lot of people. It's really available for most of us. But if you're not, but basically we are looking for, oh, is this what I want? Is this what I
At the
don't
end
want?
of the day,
But
yeah.
because of this pressure, Tiwa, this
Mm.
pressure, if you are not really aware of yourself and the season you are in this right now, you're going to really succumb to a lot of
And that's
nonsense.
what I think, that I feel like people feel this pressure. Because for me, it's like, oh, I'm seeing people are getting married. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, wow, 5 people in a year. But at the same time, it's like, that's just where God wants it to be for them. You get. I
Yeah,
don't think anybody should feel pressure as
yeah,
regards to whatever that is happening. When
yeah.
it comes, it comes. And if it doesn't, maybe that's what God
God
has
has
planned for
for
it. And
you.
that, honestly speaking, that's okay. You
That's
get.
okay.
But I don't think nobody should pressure themselves and feel like it's a do or die or
Fair.
fair to, like,
Be
okay,
in something
in something
or
you
not
get
be in
and enter
something.
into trouble, because nowadays people are doing anything
Yeah.
just to, like, enter into a relationship,
Relationship.
and you don't know where that's going to lead you.
Be a
So
guy, be a girl.
what you
Like
can do is, in fact, invest in yourself.
yourself.
Exactly. Try and grow. Build a relationship with God. As you're building a relationship, God is just bringing that person to you.
To you
And I feel that's something I've honestly learned
learned this year.
this year. Yeah.
Despite the
Yeah.
pressure.
Despite the
I think
pressure.
another thing this year has really taught me is that life comes in seasons.
Mm.
So I don't know, because maybe I had TCO podcast, I felt the need to really listen to a lot of people's podcasts. But I've really been listening to podcasts, and life comes in seasons. And that's one thing I learned this year. You have to be sensitive enough spiritually to
You
know the
do.
season
It's
of
very
life you're
important.
in.
It's
Because
important.
we can't all be in the same season. That's why we're all friends. You know, I
Mm.
have friends who are in, they're married. I don't really have married friends. My friends, you guys step up. But like they're in maybe different seasons, maybe
Mm.
got into a relationship, not in a relationship, maybe different seasons in life. You
Yeah.
get, I feel we need to know the season we are and appreciate that
That
season and
season
enjoy
that we're
that
in, and
season, because
enjoy
that
it.
season is never
Honestly
coming back.
speaking.
Do you understand?
Enjoy
So I
it.
think one thing this year taught me is love your, trust the process, enjoy your season. Basically,
It's very important.
very very important, because a lot of us are jumping from one thing to another. You
Without
get, not
enjoying,
even
like, just
having it,
even.
you get it. So I feel it really taught me to learn, be your seasons, and I feel like I'm so knowledgeable. You know, when I was actively jumping from one to another, I wasn't this knowledgeable in relationship.
No,
Now, if
you,
you see
yeah,
me,
you know,
ask my friends.
that's the thing about it. Like, you be in a relationship and you just find yourself just behaving like someone that doesn't
We have sense.
have sense.
But like, you know, this year,
Mm.
I'm a coach. I give relationship advice to people, and sometimes they look at me like, Chidera, do you read books? And I'm like, it's just, maybe it's the spirit. I don't know.
It's just the spirit that is leading you. It's just the
Like I'm
spirit.
serious. Like I'm
It really
serious.
is.
I feel like it's also, I've also become really self-aware, you know, of
Mm.
myself,
That's
and
very good.
you know. So there are sometimes, it's not every time you must be in something. There are sometimes you set apart to discover yourself.
So honestly, discover yourself,
Because
you
you may not
guys.
actually know
Discover
yourself.
yourself.
You may not even know who you are.
Mwah,
You're constantly looking for the
exactly.
next guy that's texting. You're constantly going to parties, looking for
Mm-hmm.
who gets your number,
Mm-hmm.
looking all paying, beautiful, great, for who gets your number, who you start talking to, is he
Mm-hmm.
perfect? But you really do not even know yourself. I think what happens to guys. Okay, maybe not. I don't really know how guys work, but basically,
Mm,
do you understand?
I feel like for guys, I don't think they're necessarily like, oh, I want to find the next person. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I think for them, guys personally are just trying to grow, and when they reach that their peak,
Peak.
they'll not start looking for, oh, this is who I want to be with, that kind
Who's
of
not who you
thing.
want to be?
But
Yeah.
guys, I feel like guys honestly do work on themselves. They
Yeah,
try to
more.
reach somewhere.
I feel
Exactly.
it's just a woman thing to want to be in something. Like it's
Yeah.
just you know, God made us.
I
We're
feel
meant to
so
be
too.
with a man. So just who am I with? Taking care of me. Like it's a lot. And generally speaking, society does also make it easy, because it's really saddening. Like I feel so dear for women, because I was talking to a friend the other day, and then I know of a lady, she's currently in her 30s, she currently has a child somehow and something. And then I was talking, this lady is really pretty. I was talking to this friend, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait for this man to settle down, finally have someone for this child. And this guy was like, oh my God, Theo.
It will actually.
You go take. Why?
I think it is regards to age.
Stigma. The stigma on women are terrible.
It is.
It's terrible.
The fact that Ina said, "Oh, she has a child."
Do you understand? He was like, "Igote," and I'm like, I don't understand. What do you mean by Igote? She's pretty. He's like, he knows what he's saying. Igote.
Guys would like to go for one that is still fresh and young.
I just really pray we come to a world where we are judged based on our word because of God and not based on what society tells us.
Before we get there, Sha,
I just really pray the revival comes with all this because it's really, really a lot. Now we've talked about relationships and business wise. How has it been for you? I really admire you. I admire the fact that you're a business owner. I really sometimes whenever I see you, I see so few of my other entrepreneur friends. I'm like, God, Chidera, why didn't God give me skill with my hands? I can do 0 things with my hands. And you guys, I can do the only thing I do is I can only talk and write or lie. To be very honest, I cannot do any other thing. Like I can literally not do any other thing. Like sometimes I'm like, God, maybe like my sister, she's also good with her hands. Like you guys, I'm always like, God, why didn't you give me this skill? If you give me the skill, you both will see my back.
But I mean, like you're doing a podcast.
Yeah, it's okay. I beg, how was it?
No, but seriously, you're doing a podcast. Like you don't know that's something. Someone like me, to be very honest, I'm still here, you guys. I'm camera shy, but I know we move. Yeah. But seriously, don't look at it like, God.
But like, I really want to be like a Vicky James. I want to be like,
who said you cannot be Vicky James of podcast?
Hey. You guys help me stop Vicky James of podcast. Basically, but I'm saying I really admire, your work, especially the effort you put into it. Maybe I want to give you your flowers. You put in so much effort.
Wow.
Like I'm always so happy when I see your post. I'm like, wow, Chioma is really, really appreciated. It's not something everyone can do in the generation. We belong to an inconsistent generation who they really like dwell on progress. So if there's no progress, like what am I even doing here? But see you push through the years. We're 3 now, right? Yeah. We're 3.
No, we're actually 4.
We're 4.
We're 4 actually. Wow.
Basically, so how has business been? Like, basically, what's your story this year regarding business? Your lessons
business this year, it was good. To be honest, again, family. Yeah. Very supportive family. It was good. But at the same time too, it was a bit hard for me because I recently did my pharmacy internship. So going to pharmacy internship, I was like, am I going to combine the two?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it because I'm literally doing 8 to 5, or if it's not, 8 to 4, and if it's not 8 to 4, I'm doing 1:30 to 7. Exactly. Again, there's night shift. So I was like, how am I going to do it? But I don't know. Somehow, I came through. Honestly speaking, and I was also in a new location too as well.
Yeah, but it can also be tough.
I'm back to Lagos. Oh my Lagos people are back home.
She's back. Chioma, sometimes I'll be with someone and I'm like, we need to eat something. We need to eat something. I remember when you made that, you started that your cake perfect thing. Yeah. Like it's been in our heads since. I'm like, where's Chioma? Chioma is far. Well, we can't keep doing this.
I'm so sorry to all my followers. I know I've been out a while, but I mean school internship, but now I'm back. Yeah. So doing everything, it wasn't easy, to be honest. And the location I was in, sorry, I don't want to disclose it, but the location I was in, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because I wasn't based there.
Yeah.
And getting people, even with, honestly speaking, I offered discounts. People were like, man, I'm not doing this with you. Times are hard, you get.
Yeah.
It wasn't too easy, but with time, as I started putting my products out there, it was coming up. Not as the way Lagos would give me.
Yeah.
Because 2022, Lagos, honestly,
Lagos will always give you this.
It was wonderful for me when I was baking here. So it wasn't giving me what I was looking for, but all the same, it was still okay. Business was okay, and I kind of learned how to like manage my finances well as like customer service, because it's not easy. See, and the one thing you have to have is customer service. People
that's
think,
like the face.
because I'm a big business, or you're that good, I don't need to be polite, because you have to be. Even if, because when I first started, I didn't understand that customer service.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll feel, she doesn't want, let her just get out now, waiting concern me.
Yeah.
But honestly speaking, it concerns you. When you are polite to someone, that person is rude, that person will come back. I promise you, that person will always come back. So one thing I learned very well was customer service because I dealt with some customers that were just
so difficult.
something else, but
you're grateful for that.
It was
That's great for all business owners. You guys, kudos. One day I'll be like you in my next life. So Chioma, you've been on this journey of pharmacy or baking. What's the progress this year? What's the progress with our mommy and our daddy? What's the progress? Because a lot of people are in phases where basically all of us studied, for what our parents, not really what our parents wanted, but something that was considered as a good course. Just you get. So like, and we're all in that transition of following this thing that you really love so much, but we're afraid, would this really yield fruits?
I'm still afraid to now. I'm actually still
I think
scared.
You're always going to be afraid, but you need to do
it's always
it
going to be, but you have to do it. And I know people say, oh, you're good, but sometimes I promise you, many times I feel like I've not even reached the potential I'm looking at. You get, and with the way things are in this country, sometimes it kind of makes you feel like, should I just leave this baking and just focus on pharmacy? I mean,
like
it's really sure
like
that
things are hard.
Get
like
money
chasing
there.
your dreams is economy. Like, okay, my God, you guys are going to reboot camp. As you can see the effect in my voice. Basically, so the pastor was saying like, if you want to do something, if it's before, it will have been easy. But in this economy, something has to push you.
Honest,
something has to push you.
One thing you have to realize is that someone, if you're good, you are good.
You're good.
And if someone wants to patronize you, they'll patronize you regardless. You get. There are times when I can have a certain price this week. Next week it has increased. And most times, I promise you, it's not my fault.
Things
it's
just bad. It's tipping.
And I have a personal contact who she will still be like, you know what, that's fine. I will pay for it. You get it? Because if you're good, you are good. If you're nice, you're nice. And if you commit God in your work, there's no how it will not come true for you. I know that times are hard now, but I know that at the end of the day, we're going to come out of this.
What's your driving force in Miss Delight? What pushes you?
I think my driving force has to be,
because for you to go on something, you need something. Something has to push you.
I guess for me, it's not more so the money. I mean, I love the money. The money is good. It's very good. But I think more so for me is that whenever I bake and I deliver to someone, the reaction I always get from it just fills up my heart. I just feel really happy,
like you're
because
really
it's like
giving value.
Like I'm actually spreading joy. I'm spreading something good
meaningful, something
to
of quality.
Someone. Exactly. So that kind of drives me, because people are like, whoa, this is so good. It feels like it was made with love. And yes, it's always made with love. Like
joy in your heart. Like, I love this.
I put in a lot of effort. Like, no matter how tired I am, no matter how sick I am, I will put. There's a period when I was having, oh Jesus,
honestly, for you to do something, you have to love it.
No, I really do. I love baking. So that it's basically my customers that really drive me to do what I'm doing. Generally speaking, I mean, the money is there, but it's mostly them. It's mostly them that do. I'm just glad I'm able to do this for them. I'm able to work my hands and bring out these skills that God bless me to. Bless you people.
Bless you people.
Exactly.
That's lovely. It's literally made with love. Chioma, yes. I beg, now that you've come back, see that cake party. I beg.
Sorry, I will bring you.
Thank
and
you.
I'm going to give her one for free, actually.
Because I'm an ambassador and she's here. Yeah. So no problem. So how is the progress with Miss Delight over pharmacy in 2024?
To be honest, doing the internship, I mean, having the experience, because it's wanted to go to pharmacy school, but it's wanting to actually get the experience.
Yeah.
I mean, pharmacy school, I was like, first I met was you. I was just scaling through, because I want to make my parents proud. But having the experience is not so bad. It's not so bad. I mean, I think I would still want to go ahead and do something in pharmacy, maybe open up a pharmacy basically, a pharmacy store or something. But I do know that baking is something that I want to push. To do. Yes, very well now. This is where I am. This is my headspace, and I want to do it.
Pushing, that's lovely. So let's go into some questions in 2024. So Chioma, what are you grateful for the most this year?
I'm grateful. Is it what is grateful for God?
No. No, in general, what do you think you're grateful for in this year?
First off, I am very grateful for my family. Honestly speaking, I feel like I've mentioned family so many times.
Yeah, you mentioned it so much. You mentioned
but it's genuinely
I'm
so grateful for them. Seriously speaking, they really boosted me up as regards to business, everything. I am so grateful for them. I'm grateful for my friends. My friends, lovely. Shout out to you guys. You know
Wait,
yourselves.
I'm a friend first.
She's my friend. Definitely. But shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing.
Yes.
I'm grateful for life, honestly. Yeah. I'm really, really grateful because I know there was a period where at this beginning of this year I was going through a very, very bad breakup. Very, very bad. And
the beginning of this year came with something.
It came with something, honestly speaking. Like, imagine you're starting your year and you're starting.
I feel like God was just saying, Chidera, this 2024, you will hear word.
It was, but
I don't want to share my story. One day, when I'm with my husband, I'll share my story.
But at the same time, it really pushed me. Like, I just came out of it and I don't know, I just became...
You just became a butterfly.
Yeah, like, I just became more aware. And this year, I'm grateful for the fact that I've started, like, pushing us regards to, like, being healthy, like, being physically healthy. And also, I'm just grateful for the fact that I have now building my relationship with God much better, honestly speaking. Like, I know that other times I would be, like, very reluctant or sluggish, but now I find myself, like, wanting to talk to God more and more. Like, every single time, anytime something happens.
Now, why want to talk to God? You're talking to man by when you're not going to man by 12. Like, you want to talk to somebody.
Like, because there's when I can just be doing something, I'm like, God, please. Or maybe if a patient just, when I was working in the hospital, someone just annoys me and I'm like, God, you
just really feel me
back. Yeah, so I'm very glad for that.
Another thing about relationship I just want all of us to know is that sometimes nobody is the bad person. It's not you, it's not the guy. It's just not working.
It's just not working.
Sometimes some of you just need to grow, get better, actually touch God. Generally speaking, there's something called right person, wrong time, and we need to normalize that because sometimes it's not your fault, it's not his fault. Some of you are just terrible people, and people need to work on yourselves.
Yeah,
that's just the thing. And the reason why sometimes you need to break things is to grow. Meet the one who made you, grow with God. When you are now grown and you are better, and God has pruned you, some of your nasty attitudes, He has removed it from you. You're not ready to love a man. You're ready to love a woman. That's honestly sometimes what happens.
And so that's why I am not the person who, if I break up with someone, I'm not the person who will keep a grudge. Generally speaking, I've forgiven you. No matter what you have done, I have actually forgiven you
because at that point he didn't know better. At that point, she didn't know better.
There's possibility that I didn't know better. Possibility that same thing that she said. So I don't really try my best. Like, oh, this person was false. This person had so many red flags. It doesn't cancel that. Yeah, sometimes he did some things that really pushed my buttons. But at the end of the day, I just take it that, you know what, we weren't just meant to be.
We're just not meant to be. And maybe it's not just that time.
That's actually.
Do you understand?
Okay. Yeah. And we'll find that person.
Honestly speaking, when God says wait for my time, it's valid. It's really valid. So that you don't destroy. Because a lot of things would have been avoided if you just waited for the right time.
And sometimes those red flags you see may actually be a sign from God, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because like God is trying to shine
this is for all of you that see relationships in this year to live. I beg, still you're happy. Basically, honestly. So yeah, what's one thing you want to work on next year? Like, well, that's one thing that you wish you did better this year that you like to work on next year.
Let me see. I think one thing I would love to work on is myself. As regards to like my way of thinking. I'm not going to go deep into that.
Yeah, there are some things that are just not meant to be.
Yeah, but just my certain way of thinking. I want to work on that. Yeah. My relationship with God, 100%. I want to work on that. Business, I bet like so many things I have planned for it. I think that's mostly it, to be honest. But I think the most thing I want to work on is my relationship with God. I want my relationship with God to be like 100% because I feel when relationship with God is improved, every other thing will
seek first the kingdom of God and all other things are added onto you. That's exactly
that's just what it is.
Money is great, relationship is great, but fire is important.
But it doesn't mean that, in as much as they are trying to be relationship, it doesn't mean that you don't go and work. Go and
work. Actually.
Go and hustle.
Christians these days,
God will provide. Exactly.
God will provide.
you can't just say, oh God, please do this for me, and you're not doing anything.
God needs. I read something. Useless, exactly. Oh, you guys, I've gone for a boot camp. I'm actually very knowledgeable right now. Meet me for your wisdom. Basically, I think for me. I want to work on a lot. I feel like I need to have a lot to work on. I have bad attitude, but I feel like there are certain of my attitudes now that begin to rub off on my personality. Let's say I struggle with I'm a bad texter. I'm just giving an example. I'm actually a good texter. But let's say I struggle with texting.
That was okay. I mean, before she was actually quite terrible. But I
But I'm
think she's
getting
improving. She's
better.
improving.
So, like, let's say, as being role of my personality,
Mm.
meaning people are now beginning to perceive me as a snob or something. But
As
it's
a
not
snob, that's
necessarily
bad.
me, but it's just something. I'm just giving this as an example. There are some things that you have in your life
Mm-hmm.
that are rubbing off on your personality, and then people begin to misjudge you. And you won't blame them for misjudging because they really do not know you. So
Mm.
I'm learning my best now to stop certain things that rub off on me. One thing I want to stop is people pleasing. I feel like I'm a
Oh
huge
yes.
people pleaser. I just cannot say no. I don't know what is like. I can't look at you and say no. I must say no. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, I must say a lot of things. But like I'm learning, and sometimes I'm learning. What I'm learning now is that it's rubbing off on my personality. So when that
Mm-hmm.
thing I said no to, yes to you, when I wanted to say no to you, doesn't work out, it's like I'm a bad person. But
Yeah.
in reality, I couldn't just say no because I have a problem. So basically, I'm just trying to take some of these minor things that look like they're so little.
Mm.
So actually work on them because they can actually have like greater impact
Impact
on
on
me.
me. Yeah.
So that's one thing I'm trying my best to do better in in
That people
2025.
pleasing is very
It's a
important. Honestly,
strong thing.
it's a very, it's not easy because you're just trying to make sure
You're
that
just
everybody
trying your
is
is
just like
happy.
happy.
I don't know, like someone tell me maybe it's
Mm.
a firstborn thing.
I think it's a
Because
firstborn
when you grow
thing.
up as a firstborn,
I genuinely think it's a
it's a
firstborn
firstborn thing.
thing, to
And
be
we're all
honest, because
firstborns.
well, firstborn,
Like you can't say no. Like you can't say no
I
to
can't
someone.
say no.
You
Like,
feel the need to satisfy
yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Like even if you literally can't, you want to satisfy them.
yeah.
And when it feels like and nobody sees that you're pulling yourself into different like you're literally killing yourself to make this
Mm.
happen. When it doesn't happen, it's like, oh my god, Chidera said yes. Why is she not now doing
Why should
this?
I do it?
Do you
Exactly. That's how
understand?
it
That's how people
is. That's
are.
how people are. And it's like they don't see that you are struggling.
You're
You're
struggling
really
to do
trying your
this thing.
best to do this for this person.
Yeah,
But
so to every
mm,
sorry, to every people pleaser listening to me. So Passe said something. People's opinions are never constant.
okay.
People think a lot people change their minds daily.
They
So
do.
if you keep feeling like you get people to like you by pleasing people, you really don't.
You won't
You
though.
really
Mm,
don't.
you won't.
Because tomorrow they change their mind. Tomorrow, like basically just do your best. Love people, like wear love on your sleeves. You get love people, care for people, but when you can't, honestly, when you can't do something and you say you can, it creates more damage than when you have
It
avoided it earlier, like
does.
a lot.
It
So to every people
does.
pleaser out there, I beg you, I'm trying my best. I'm not perfect, but let's do better in 2025. So actually say no, we can't. Because we actually can't. If you can't. And it's not you being wicked. It's just you changing, just you being different. It's just you not bending. It's just you standing straight. Just because at the end of it, you're a person and you're not a ball.
Yeah.
Generally, think of yourself as a ball. Maybe you're boom, they push it here. Do you understand? You have no like your value, obviously.
Mm.
Like there's also a thin line between are you nice or are you a people pleaser? Like exactly what exactly are you?
Yeah, it's one thing for you. Like I feel like people pleasers tend to forget that at the end of the day, like you're pleasing every person but yourself.
Yourself,
You
yeah.
get, and I don't think that's a good thing in a very long run because your mind is that, oh, is this person happy with
Yeah,
me?
this person
Person,
not
and
happy with
I
me.
feel one thing most of us need to let go is the idea of like, oh, if I do this thing, this person will be happy, or this
Yeah.
person will like me more. Please leave
Me,
it.
yeah.
I
Generally
beg
speaking,
you,
people
just
that
let
love you
it
will love
go.
you, not based on
Yeah,
what you do. Some people just,
that's
you know
honestly.
that when you people they are very subsective. People will use you. Like people
Hmm,
smell people pleasing off you and they
they
come to
do.
you. And
Yeah.
human beings are not the nicest people.
Especially
Not
now,
everyone has your heart. They will leech
with the
on
way
you.
things are going on, people are ready to take
They
advantage
will
of
take
you.
advantage of
Anything they
you.
can
And
use to
their
get out
friends are
of
still
you.
their friends. People that they like are still people they
Mm.
like. And it's not you. So I just genuinely pray. I think I'm going to involve God because I think my own people pleasing is good. He needs God
Yeah.
to actually come and help me do
Mm.
better. So
Yeah.
I feel that's one thing. And just try to develop my relationship with God. I was in this another thing about me, I'm not really the best to um share my issues, except like we're really close. I don't just know how to do I really I cry, I can cry to myself,
Mm.
cry, pray to God. Mess up my sister actually suffers. My sister I could just tell her, "Oh, this is my feeling," then she'll but like basically I don't really talk so much because sometimes I feel like why sometimes would it really make sense to you? And generally speaking, it's not the biggest of things. Like I'm not about to tell you, oh, I lost somebody. I'm not about to tell you I
Mm.
lost, but I'm about to tell you little things that really do get to me.
Mm.
So I always think, would this person understand? Do you understand? So basically, I say this because obviously find people, have a network of friends that you are able to express anything
Yeah.
with.
Anything
And
to.
if you're a friend that is listening to your other friend. Don't think anything is too small. As little as something
Nothing is
is,
too small. I feel like
as
people
little
try
as
to like
something is, yeah.
compare people's problems. It's like, oh, and you
I'm going through
didn't.
this.
This one
The
is serious.
sensitivity
See, it
differs.
differs. Honestly speaking, it doesn't matter how little that person is going through. That's that
Yeah,
person's
that's that person.
problems. You
Like,
get
if you're a
so.
friend, I'm also
Mm,
trying my best to be a better friend next year. Because there's also some things that my friend would tell me, I'd be like, this guy, punch, what are you? But basically, try and be a sensitive friend,
yeah, it's
because
very
sensitivity
important.
differs. Just listen to the person, because you
Mm.
don't know where it's hurting the person. Problems in life are connected. It could be to a childhood trauma. It could be to different things,
It's
but
so
you
many
don't know
things,
where
but you
it's
don't know
coming
where
from.
it's coming
That's why
from.
it's important for you to have a listening ear. So I'm trying my best to be a better friend, and also to have a network of friends where I could actually, because I can't do life alone. I need to do life with someone.
You
I need
have
to do life with
to.
my friend. So I also have to open up, and I'll know, okay, Choma will listen to this stupid thing that I'm talking about. You get, and listen to it over and over again. So I'm just trying to, those are the things I'm working on, my little things to make
Mm.
myself, that doesn't rub off of my personality, because I'm a sweet girl. And it's so funny how people think, how can I be a snob? Me. It's not
I'm very
possible.
shocked that people. I'm who are these people? Please, you need to call their
Do
names
you
because
understand? It's not
from where
possible.
Chidera is definitely not
It's
a
snob.
snob.
So I feel like I need to work on those things. So I'm not
Mm.
perceived in a particular way. And I need to build a network of listening to people, and also like pouring myself out to people when I also need help. So I
Yeah,
think those are like
but
the
not just
things
anyhow
for me.
people. Please,
No,
oh,
like
not
you have
anyhow
to have
people.
trusted friends. You can't tell
Trusted friends, please.
before your gist to be somewhere. Another
Exactly.
thing, you have to have people you trust, because some people just want to get gist and use you to talk to the other friends when everyone knows about a particular thing.
Mm.
But people should really learn to be sensitive. Like, do you get? So I feel like that is how those are things I'm learning for in this year.
Yeah.
Story. So do you want to tell us any story? Like, I don't know. This section is like any story basically you just want to share. It doesn't have to be something deep, but just a funny story that happened to you this year. Something funny, something
Okay.
random.
I think I have this, but I don't know if I can say it. This is as regards to something that happened at work.
Okay.
I'm not gonna disclose names,
Yeah,
but
no
I don't
disclose
even know.
name,
I don't
just
even know the. I don't
something.
even know the patient's name to be honest.
Okay.
But I kind of found it funny. Like, so basically, I'm on afternoon shift going to evening,
Okay.
and this patient comes in. He's like, oh, he wants to buy drugs. So there's a way we do everything, how the whole system and everything.
Yeah.
So after he collects his bill, he has to go to the cashier, or rather the accountant, to go and pay.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, you need to go here to go and pay. And he's like, oh, why don't we have somewhere like a POS machine we can pay here? I was like, no, that this is how things are done here in the hospital and
Mm.
everything. And he's like, okay, that we need to do better, can go, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, no problem. See, so behind him there was a poster that says customer feedback. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
so if you have any feedback, generally speaking, you can
You
actually
can
reach
just
out
put it
to
here.
these people. Like, that was my intention like in my head. I was like, okay, generally speaking, reach out to these people, because first of all, I'm not staying here for long, to be
Yeah.
honest. So I feel like talking to them would be better. But I can, if I see any customer care, I can tell them. So he gets angry and he's like, oh, I should shut the F up. And I'm like,
Wow.
ah,
Do you know that, generally speaking,
okay.
customer service department, they
I
deserve a
just,
month. People are
it was
angry.
just
Do
very,
you know that
he
guy
was so
could have put
frustrated.
his frustration on
Yeah, and
his family,
because that was
Nigeria,
what,
on you?
that's why, and he kept on saying, oh, do you know where I'm from? Do you know where I
You
came
get?
from? I was like, okay, but like, I mean, this is my head, but I'm like, okay, yeah, don't really care where you came from, but no problem.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, I'm genuinely trying to help you. If you do have an issue, if you do want us
Yeah.
to be doing this, let customer care know, you get, because at the end of the day, like, we will try our best to like reach out there, but if it's coming from you, it will also help. So, after everything, after I didn't honestly say much, and he just kept on saying again, shut the F up, shut the F up. Like,
Wow,
wow.
like constantly.
Okay,
And that
so
can be a lot.
yeah, he
And at,
paid.
mm,
After he paid, he came back and he wanted to collect his drug. So that's when he started apologizing to me.
yeah.
And at first I was like, yeah,
He even
your apology,
apologized.
I had to tell him my mind. I was like, I know that my profession deems me to like, sorry,
Yeah, be
to
calm
like
at
take
all
this
times.
apology and
Yeah.
everything. But I was like, yeah, Jenny speaking, what you did, I did not like it at all. People tend to forget that at the end of the day, we are human
Human
beings.
beings
You
too.
get, so I can understand that you're frustrated. I can understand that maybe something happened, but when you are talking to someone, try and let go of those feelings, because you don't know what I'm going through at home. You get, but when
Yeah.
I'm coming here to serve you, I have to let go of those feelings. So he kept on apologizing. I was like, it's fine. At first, I was being,
Yeah.
but I have to remember. Yeah, I had to remember that no, this is a profession, I need to do better. So I was like, you know what, it's fine, to be honest. But yeah, I guess the whole thing was just funny because it showed the effort for me that was very, very
like
funny.
why? Like people are just.
It was just very.
Although
very
some people
weird.
use it when they're actually genuinely frustrated, you get. But like,
Yeah.
why? Is it necessary?
And I have and there are so many. I don't know what's going to be. There are so many stories of things that people have told me. That oh wow. Well, yeah, that's one of the funny stories that happened.
I feel like for me, oh my god, this is no offense to any culture or any tribe. So at work, I had to write an exam when I was working, so I needed to take a leave. So I didn't know this was. I just started working there. I didn't know I was meant to like have do it like 1 month earlier. I wasn't told, so I just did it like a week before. So I need to take a leave. And the process in where I work, the hospital I work, is a government hospital, so it's a long process to take the leave. So I was writing like my public health nursing exams. So I took the permission, I started the process and everything. I did everything. I started from like my clinical instructors. They led me to like the main organ that was meant to sign off. So I think there was an issue and they were looking for me everywhere. Like, okay, I had an issue. And bear in mind, this was a Friday. I had started the process on a Monday. I was meant to go on that leave from the next Monday. So it was already done, and it got to my Oga's office. That's like on a Friday. So they called me. They were, oh my God, Nurse Honor, how you need to come and do something. I got to the office, and then I was like, they're like, okay, you need to rewrite this whole thing. I rewrote the whole thing, and then my Oga just needed to sign. And then this woman was like, oh my God, she doesn't even know why she wants to sign. Like, oh my God, why is this girl doing this thing by this time? Do you understand? I understood that maybe I should have done it earlier or something. So I was just by the reception, and the secretary was talking to her office. I could hear them from the reception. And then this woman comes out. That's the Oga. This one is like a really respectable person in this organization. And then she looks at me and she's like, stand up. I stood up, not if you know, so you have to the way they carry respect on their head. I stood up, ma. Yes, ma. Yes. I stood up, yes, ma. She's like, why are you doing this now? Are you just knowing about the exam? So in my mind, I was wrong. I didn't want to speak up. I just respected her. Like, I'm sorry. I just kept quiet. Do you know what this woman did? This woman was like, what? I'm talking to her. She can't respond to me. Do you know who I am? I have children like older than you. And then she left the office. And I was like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And at that point, I didn't feel like I needed to defend myself because I was wrong.
I can
do you understand? And then this woman comes up saying that I'm disrespectful, comes up saying she has children older than me.
I don't know why people mention that.
And do you know that? And then do you know the next thing that happened? The next thing, when this woman came in, the secretary and the men, they knelt down.
Oh, wow.
They knelt down. They were like, oh yeah, you kneel down. I was lost by knelt down. And she had like, beggar. I'm sorry, ma, I'm sorry. That is what.
But wait, when the thing had happened, did you tell her sorry at first?
I told her, oh, ma, I'm sorry. I said, oh, ma, I'm sorry. Okay. And then I put my head down. And then she kept talking to me. And I didn't feel the need to talk because I was wrong.
You to defend yourself.
You get? Yeah, and then next thing she goes is like, she's talking to me and I can't talk to her. I'm bigger than her. Doesn't she know that she has... I was genuinely lost. And Chioma, dude, the next thing that happens is that once she leaves, the secretary, they all kneel down on the ground and they're like, kneel down.
And that's that.
Do you understand? I don't want to call any tribe, but some people disrespecting is a lot.
Is a bit so much. I can understand that yes, you didn't do the right thing.
Do you get?
But I feel like it doesn't mean that you have to drag it.
Oh my God,
you get
it was so bad.
Because if you talk, then you're being disrespectful. But this time around, you decided not to say anything because you understood. You said sorry.
Do you know the gravity of it? I would have understood if they're like, oh yeah, when she comes kneel down. Someone like me, I don't have a problem begging. Yeah. I will kneel down and I will beg. Do you get? So but next thing, not only did I kneel down, the secretary and all the men then knelt down for this woman. You can imagine how much they know she feeds on respect and begging.
And that's something that we really feed on in this country.
In this country.
It's almost like the respect is food.
Oh my God.
Respect we need to respect, but
it's a lot. Do you know, I thought about this again. I'm like, what? These people are not young people. Old men and women, just because she's higher than them, knelt down to beg her. So they already know that this woman, that is what will get her.
It's not necessary.
I knelt down, I begged. It's not even hard. I can even form cry. Maybe tears will come from my eye. It's like, oh my God.
But I didn't know she signed, right?
She still signed. You can imagine the drama. I think what really moved me was the fact that Chioma, I wanted to picture old men and women kneeling down.
Just so that this one,
because they know that's what
will move her. She'll be able to do.
That's one thing I tell a lot of people. there's no how if I'm talking, I'll not tell you. It's so funny. It was so funny to me. So I feel like that's one story. I'm like, respect.
Respect status, like the things that we hold in this
Country as something
is
serious.
something else, honestly speaking.
Misplaced priorities, to be very honest.
Very misplaced. Very, very. Because it's well,
but like as well, honestly, as well. What's one thing you forgive yourself for? This year has come. You've been cut off guard. You've done things that you're not proud of. Done things that you can't really. When you think of black, it's like, Chioma, was that you? So what's one thing you want to really forgive yourself for this year?
I guess the one thing I know I've been bringing up relationship, but
I feel like, well, that's why I said, I think me and Chioma were like in this same phase.
I don't think people understand how I was in that relationship.
Yeah,
I forgive myself, like, as regards to everything that happened. There are certain things I displayed that I honestly wish I didn't.
Yeah,
and I've come to terms with it. I've been like, you know what, that's okay.
Yeah,
I was growing.
You were growing, like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's really important.
So I'm glad I've moved on from that. There are certain times when I've displayed a bit of anger in the office, but yeah, I think I've let go of that as well. I'm like, it happens.
It happens.
We get overwhelmed. That's okay. So I've let go of that.
And I really don't like people that portray themselves as better people to other people, because the truth of the matter is that we're all growing. I know, like, maybe a friend that has maybe an anger issues, or maybe you're not so perfect. You lack in some areas. So I don't really like the fact that some people feel so self-righteous or so self-absorbed to think like everybody's growing. Generally speaking, we're all growing. No one knows it all. Whatever it is that you lacking, pick from it, and keep going. So I feel for me, sorry, done.
I don't know if I have any more. Well, there are certain habits I displayed 2024 that I did not like.
Yeah.
But I don't know, towards the end of this year, I've started letting go of them. So I forgive myself for those habits, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think that's mostly
it. So me, I forgive myself for selling myself short. For just thinking. I forgive myself for selling myself short, and limiting my thinking, limiting how I see myself. There are certain times I feel like God really worked on that. God gave me a word regarding that. I think He just saw my thinking. So I feel like there are sometimes this year I just sold myself short in what I expected in, my maybe goals in life, things I wanted for myself, even in relationships. You know what I mean. You sell yourself short, and then you forget that you are the daughter of God. How can I see myself as small when I have a God? How can I settle in mediocre relationships when I am the daughter of the king? And there was some
powerful that is.
Oh my God, there are sometimes I used to think that it's normal, maybe because me I have bad attitude, me I have bad character, because I have bad attitude. But why on earth would I think? Do you get? How can I sell myself short? So one thing I know that I forgive myself for was for times I didn't know better, and I thought of myself as less.
I think that's very important, to be very honest.
Yes.
And I actually did display a bit of that, especially when it came to like the relationship aspect.
Yeah, like
I did display
that. Some of us are in certain relationships, certain things with people, or even in certain situations, because we don't know our worth. We've forgotten.
it.
We know, but sometimes we like maybe
exactly, because you're willing to just settle for less. You're willing to just let me just stay here. Yeah, because it's okay.
And let me tell you, these days people are not nice. People tell you to your face, do you even think you're worth it?
Yeah.
Like, how can somebody tell you?
It's self-confidence.
How can somebody tell you what you're worth? Do you get the God we serve is God that brings people out of nothing to something. So how can somebody tell you what you deserve, what you do not deserve? You see, whatever you deserve, no, it's not based on your work. It's not based on what you've done. It's based on who you are. It's based on God. Do you get? I was like, my life, I used to feel like, maybe because maybe do I even deserve this thing? Maybe if I'm better, if I'm more hardworking, if I'm more, can you imagine?
No, I think we should let go of that.
We should let go of that, because you can never be qualified enough. Your works can never justify you. Believe in yourself. Know that you are the daughter of God, and because of that, you deserve everything. And it's not me trying to say that God with bad attitude. Try and work on yourself, but still don't limit your thing. Don't limit what you can do. That's one thing I want to forgive myself for in this year. Like, be confident in yourself. So I feel like, and confidence is not like, oh, Chidera is coming to talk on stage. Chidera is confidence is what your what. What do you think? Generally speaking, you can be the most introverted person. You have self confidence. Self
Yeah.
confidence is how you see yourself.
Yeah.
Basically, not basically. Oh, you're able to talk to 101 people. That's not self confidence. Okay, it is in a way, but that's not the main thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's one thing I want to forgive myself for in 2025. And in 2025, the way I walk, like this crown on my head. Do you understand?
That's a very
Yes.
good way to
That's yes,
like that.
this crown on my head because yes, that's what I
very
am.
good.
You get. So I feel that is it for me. I feel like we're slowly coming to the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Lessons. I just feel like lessons learned are like tools we've earned to help to navigate life better. So I feel like there's life here for us. We are meant to go a particular way, but when we're able to pick up some of the lessons we've learned, we're able to drive to where we are going to better. We're like, oh, now I know now this way. We're not going this way.
Going this way, exactly.
This is where we're meant to go.
What? This is not.
We're not going this way. Well, we know that way. That's basically what I feel year after year. When you pick up your lessons, your lessons. I shouldn't say lessons so much. When you pick up your lessons, you're able to navigate life better. Like it's clearer for you. You're not as lost as you were. When there's like a wide street, you've already entered here. That's not you've entered here. That's so you could keep going. That's how I see lessons.
Honestly speaking, and please, as much as possible, trust in God.
Trust in God.
Generally speaking, whatever you're doing, put God in prayer. Call on God. If you're going any journey, God, please, I'm calling you. If you're about to do anything, you're going to work, you're working, please call on God. Because I don't think most of us understand how powerful He is and how wonderful, like how He can come true for you. So 2025, just bring God into your prayers. Generally,
you see your life transforms when you have God.
Honestly, so many things start to work for you. Yeah, and if you need help, seek help. If you need help, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family. Just seek that help. Yeah, and please let's not try to see how. I do know that the country situation is very bad. It's not encouraging, but at the same time, let's try our best not to lose hope. Let's still try to. And I think something that I found so beautiful this year is that, in as much as things are bad, like when I was coming to Lagos, I just saw everywhere like decorated with Christmas, and I'm like, wow. Some people still have energy to celebrate Christmas. You get, because I'm like, it's not easy to have that. Like, the country, but everybody's just like, you know what? I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna celebrate, and that's very beautiful to see. So it's very nice that we are not losing that hope.
Yeah,
and we'll continue to still put ourselves and this country in prayer.
Yeah. So, just as because I feel like we're all in this season where we're beginning to look at how the year has been. Prepare for our 2025 and all that. So like it's very important. Oh my god, I hope you guys are hearing that sound. But they understand. Yeah. But it's very important that we have these goals in check. These lessons in check. How are you now going to have a better 2025? It just helps you transition the right way. Helps you transition the perfect way. Like Chioma says, take it one step at a time. Trust God. Honestly, everything's going to fall into place.
Yeah.
I know you've heard this 101 times, but truly, cliche things are the real things. Take it one step at a time. Trust God, and everything is going to fall in place. Remember, you are worth so much. See yourself as who you are. See yourself the way Christ sees you. Your eyes, they deceive you. Your feelings are fleeting. They are not the truth. Oh my God. Your feelings are not the truth, generally speaking. Because I know you're always feeling sad, you're feeling this, but those are not who you are. You are more than that. So learn to, I wish I knew scripture now. I'll read my Bible next year. If I knew scripture now, I'll give you one song. But basically, you know how that scripture that says, let everything be in obedience to God, like your feelings. Change it in obedience to God. Like sometimes your mind might want to deviate, but you call it back. Nah, is that what God says? Do you understand? It's very, don't worry, this time next time, you see me, Jeremiah verse 1. Basically, anyhow, so we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to this point. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lovely conversation with Chioma, and I know you're going to definitely take one or two. If you're here, please go and patronize Means Delights. That's our account on Instagram.
We're back.
We're back to Lagos.
Just a little, let me just give a little something that's gonna happen next year. So I know, because I'm coming back, I'll be having 10% discounts on all orders above 10K. So if you're interested, please come. And there will be freebies. There will be a lot of free things. I'm not going to disclose those ones, but at least for
Get
now, we
ready.
have
Keep your
10%
eyes open.
discounts for our New Year
All
sale.
that.
So please make sure you patronize.
Yes. So yeah, before I forget, sorry, I'm not meant forgive yourself.
Yes.
Even if you hurt people.
Please
For
don't.
like I know there's also this thing where you hurt other people. Someone like me, I find it very, very hard. When I hurt somebody, I beat myself up about it a lot. And it's not even like heart breaking a boy's heart or something, but like deeper hurts. Like when my friend expected something from me, I hurt them. Do your best to apologize.
Please do.
Or forgive yourself. We're all learning. Nobody is perfect.
I
That's
think
the
one
truth.
thing. I think that's one thing I'm going to do next year. To be very honest, I'm going to forgive myself more.
Forgive yourself
because I can't kill myself. Man.
You can't kill yourself.
I feel like, oh, I can divide myself.
Yeah,
but I can't.
I know, like all of us are doing. It's not. I'm not saying we all have things to work on. We hurt people. We do things that are no good. Do you understand? Let the person know you're sorry.
Yeah,
it's very important. Forgive yourself as well. Like, let it go. You are learning. This is the first time you are doing this life thing. This is the first time you're this age. This is the first time you're here.
This first time.
So, like, learn to forgive yourself. Just use it to get better. That's the point of collecting your lessons. I just felt the need to say that because I know, like this, like a lot of people, the way people are these days, when someone does something to them, sorry is not enough. They will look for different ways, like they will dwell on it. Do you understand? But don't let them put you into that trap. Like, you've done your best. Like, tell them how you feel, but at the same time, don't beat yourself. Don't let them. I'm serious. I think it's a word for someone, but genuinely speaking, you get it right. You get it. So, like you said, please, Macy Light is coming back bigger and better next year, and she has some beautiful stuff for us. Please do engage. Miss Light on Instagram and on WhatsApp. If you go to Instagram, you see the link to the WhatsApp and everything. Yeah. So please,
you can also reach out to her in case you.
Yes, I'm actually the ambassador. I don't know. Please reach out. I'm the ambassador of that stuff. So reach out to me and all. So please and please, thank you so much for listening. Please share this episode to someone that needs it. This is like the end of the year season, and this episode is something you really do need to listen to. So please share this. Give us a rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever platform you're using. If you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing beautiful girls. Thank you. Subscribe. Thank you. And
please subscribe
and share this to everybody.
Yeah.
So we finally come to the end of the year episode. Thank you so much for watching.
Oh, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. From me and my guest. Bye, guys.
Bye.